Alright, I initially wasn't going to make a video about this. I was just completely going to ignore this initially and leave the replies on Twitter. But since the tweet this is about got a couple hundred likes and people are obviously just not watching the video or hearing what I'm saying, I decided that I might as well just knock this out. So I made a video 2 days ago about the Luna redesign trend that was happening on Twitter. I don't really think I said anything particularly crazy since, I've done a lot worse. I'm just gonna say this now. This is definitely one of my tamer videos, but that video kind of blew up and it's almost at 10,000 views in 2 days. I made some errors in that video, which I will address later, but for now, let's just focus on the tweet that, brought this, that's making a lot of people on Twitter mad at me. So Tiffany Demoness screenshotted my thumbnail and did that thing that people do on Twitter for some reason, where they screenshot the thumbnail of a video they obviously haven't watched and then talk about the contents of that video despite not watching it. She said that my character is just a bum of a mummy in a Kingdom Hearts outfit, which I don't really see the insult in it. Kingdom Hearts outfits go hard, but alas, that's neither here nor there. I'm just gonna reply to some of the replies in this tweet because they're just very obviously not understanding what I'm saying. The original person who made this tweet replied with that one Black Luna design and saying that it was a good design. And again, I'm not taking that away from you. You can think that if you want. I personally don't think that, but whatever. Funnily enough, Octo Taco found this video, and like I told him in the comments as well, like, honestly, just listen more to the people that appreciate and like the art that you're doing. He's a great artist. I'm not going to deny that, but I didn't like the design, but there are a lot of people who did, and honestly, you can just listen to them. I'm just a guy talking about this shit on the internet for fun. And more importantly, talking about a larger issue about non-human to human character designs, which is mainly what the video is about. But let's scroll down a bit and... sniff, I smell what did I fucking say when I brought this part up?
And before I touch this with a 10-foot pole, I'd like everybody here to know I am an African-American male. I'm black. What? No! I also don't mind race swapping when it comes to redesigns and fan works of characters, so I better not hear anybody trying to call me racist when I say what I'm about to say.
I specifically fucking specified that it was not being racist at that part in my video. I said, I am black. I'm a black man. I said that a Black Luna design could go incredibly hard. This just wasn't it. Are these people's ears just there for fucking decoration? I wasn't even choosing based off whether the design is race swapped or not. I literally said I'm fine with race swaps and redesign. You were watching the video. You took a screenshot of you watching my video and you still said this after the entire fucking tangent I went on to disprove that claim. Do your brains just exist to stand there and look pretty? Like, what's going on? How about we go to the next one? How dare you give this basic white girl more details to her design, and you suck at art and I'm gonna publicly shame you. Oh my god, you deaf fucking moron. The one thing that I stated about the original Luna design is that it had nothing to it, that it was bland, that it was meh, that adding more details to it could make it a better design, as long as those details still kept in line with the original and looked like a human redesign. Did you watch the video muted? Also, one thing that I very explicitly avoided doing was talking about the artistic skills of anybody in that video. The absolute worst I could have said in regards to the context is saying they're bad at character design, and even then, that's not even true. I'm just saying it's a bad human redesign. I feel like this is as good a time as any to fully just go over what I was talking about in the video, because people are still refusing to understand that I was talking specifically about non-human to human redesigns. There were a lot of redesigns that I could have used, but I avoided using them because they were human versions of people's redesigns of Luna's Hellhound design. I don't care about you changing the Hellhound design and making a human design based off that. That's what a redesign is. You redesign the character and make it look different. That's the point. Yes, I'm aware. But it is a different standard when you are trying to make a redesign of a human version of a non-human character, because you cannot separate it from that context. You're making a human design of this furry, and if you're making a human design of this furry and not another furry redesign of that furry that you made, it should still look similar to that furry. One of the ones I shouldn't have used in the video was one by Fallen Star Draws, because initially I didn't know that it was supposed to be a human version of their redesign of Luna, which I was specifically trying to avoid when making the video, because you cannot hold original redesigns to the same standard, but there is a standard when you're making a human design of a non-human character, because that human design isn't a standalone thing. It's tethered to something else in that context. At that point, just make an OC. They don't need need to be one-to-one. That's not the point I was making. But if you're telling me you're gonna make a human design of Ridley, and then you point me to a drawing of Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction, I'm gonna say it's a bad fucking redesign. Because it's not fucking recognizable in the slightest. It's a different character. Just say it's a different character. By the way, this is like a hilarious tweet that became popular, and it just so happens to fit perfectly in this thing. This is a design of W.D. Gaster. Am I supposed to love this too? Yeah, this is what I think of when I think about W.D. Gaster from Undertale. But yeah, I feel like I made my point there. Now, out of all the mistakes I made, there's one that was incredibly egregious that the comment section is never going to let me live down. Unfortunately, I ended up calling traditional goth makeup Juggalo makeup, which I'm still ashamed to this day. The thing that makes this so sad is that I know that traditional goth makeup exists. I've seen it before, but when I first saw it, I don't know why, I just thought of the Insane Clown Posse. That was by far my worst mistake in the video, and I don't blame you if you want to crucify me at the cross for that one. For those who were able to look past my obvious flaws, I can only thank you so much. There was also The Binding of Isaac gameplay, which I've recently been informed is the start of World War III. I didn't break the rocks with the X's on them, and unfortunately this made Korea incredibly angry. If you're getting drafted anytime soon, that is unfortunately because of me, and I sincerely apologize. I will be down in the basement thinking about what I've done, and until then, I will bid you farewell.